Hi folks, I'm Mark Johnson, and as you can see from the structure behind me, we are inspecting another log home today down by Humboldt, Iowa. I had to think for a minute. This is our third stop in Iowa today, but this home has log siding on it, and everything was redone about 20 years ago, and the finish on it is made by Sashco. It's called Capture and Cascade. I think one's the base coat, the other's the overcoat, and it's deteriorated to the point where it now needs to be blasted and completely redone. This is the west side here, and as you can see, the fascia's really weathered. Siding is also. The decks are going to be replaced with maintenance-free decking, and the railings are going to be redone, so we won't have to worry about those. But all the fascia, the soffit and the porch ceilings will remain the same. We're not going to be changing the color here, so we can just leave those, but we'll pressure wash them, and we'll give them a new clear coat when we clear coat the logs. We do have one bad spot in the back of the building where there's some decay, and the rest of the log damage consists of squirrels. So these guys are going to have to be trimmed off, cut back about a half an inch to get rid of the squirrel damage. The owner says he relocates or terminates about 30 of them a year, and it's helped a little bit. But anyhow, again, you can see the soffit's perfect, and the porch ceiling over here is perfect. These posts will need to be blasted, so the downspouts have to come off, but the gutters can remain. Oh, I'm just going to look at the roof in the front. I don't think there's any dormers on here where we have. Oh, there is a second story up there. In that area we have to do some second story work. But the logs at the roof line look like they're in pretty good shape. There's enough separation there so they're not soaking up water after each rain. And these slanted fascia boards on the front are in good shape, so we're going to leave those on, and we'll pressure wash those guys, and they'll be treated with a clear sealer. Okay, let's go around to the riverside. This is all pretty accessible. We got room to get a lift in here where we need it, but over on this side, that is not the situation. We got a river here and nice landscaping. We could probably get a lift in up this far to do this gable, but that's it. After the air conditioner over here drops off really bad, and everything else here will be done off of scaffolding. So we've got a little mold or mildew on these guys here. Of course, that'll all come off once it's blasted. So there's some caulking that needs to be done, but by and large, the caulking is in excellent shape compared to most of them. We've got a tall gable here in the living room with the fireplace, and then we've got another tall gable over here on the garage, which we'll have to use scaffolding or pump jacks in order to access that area. So this post, I believe this post over here is only one. It's gotten a little soft down here, so I don't know if we'll do full replacement or just cut it back and epoxy the bottom side of it, because it really shouldn't touch the deck anyway. And probably should do the same thing with the door trim, because that's touching the deck. So I'm going to recommend just putting a 1/2 inch space in there, filling in with epoxy and boron rods. So over here, like I said, big gable here. This is almost 40 feet. And no room for a lift back here, that's for sure. So there are a few checks. This one, you got a small check, and this one over here that faces upward. And no squirrel damage back here. And like soffits will need to be cleaned. There's a little touch-up needed on the bottom of that fascia board, but it doesn't pay to strip the entire fascia board for a 3-foot area like that. And this wall's in really good shape. It gets no sun whatsoever. It will get blasted though. So that's the complete home. Here again, we've got squirrel damage on the corners, and I think we can take them off pretty easily with one of our saws. Sand down the end and restore them quite easily. See over here, all the trim boards are off the concrete, and that's the way they should be on the deck in the back of the house also. So anyhow, yeah, that dormer is over just on this side here, so that's the only work we have to do other than the gables, which of course are higher up. But there's virtually no finish left on that whatsoever. So that's our Humboldt project. And hopefully we'll be able to get down here and get it accomplished this year. So thanks for watching, folks.